Hello and greetings once again from Grove City, Ohio. This is Pastor James M. Lawson, and today is February the 3rd, 2012. So, once again, I just want to say hello and welcome to this new revolution. With this video, this is a more of a giving out of my future plans for future plans for Rock Forth Church. If you can say that and not get all tongue-tied, then you did better than I just did. Anyway, moving forward. So, last video I covered more or less the brick and mortar details of, my ideas of, starting out with a Bible study in my home, growing it from there once I get a core group of people who come on a continual basis. I realize that, a lot of churches start out really small. Some of them start out in a trailer. Some of them start in a garage. I'll probably be starting in my own home. I'm not expecting to get big overnight. So for anybody who might, maybe, you've read or looked at viewed my last video and think, wow, this guy's got some big, huge goals and plans. Yeah, they're huge. They're very big, but they're not for tonight. They're not for tomorrow. It ain't going to happen next week. It's all going to happen in God's timing. Let's put it that way. It could happen 6 months from now. It could happen a year from now. It could happen, who knows? God may throw a bunch of money in my lap, and it could happen not the whole building and everything, but at least, going out and either renting a church to have our, actual church services, or even having the money to go out and purchase some land, but we all got to start somewhere. So, my last video, once again, that was the brick and mortar details. With this one, I just wanted to kind of, and I'm going to probably do several videos on some of my ideas and goals and things that I want to do with my ministry, with Rockport Church, and my ministry as a whole. So, with that being said, again, I'm always talking about it, always in my sermons and my messages for the masses on Facebook. This is the new revolution, or for 2012, let's call it the New Year's revolution. Hey, folks, I personally, I don't believe anything that all the hype and the rigmarole about the Mayans and the year the world's going to end this year in 2012. The reality of the fact is that Jesus himself states in the Gospels that even Jesus himself does not know the time of its coming. Only the Father knows. It could happen 2 seconds from now, 5 minutes from now. It could happen this year. It could happen next year. Even though these are pretty much what everybody would call the last days, you know what? There is a slim possibility that it may not happen in our lifetime for those of us who are over the age of 30. It might happen in our kids' lifetime after we're dead and gone, or our grandchildren's lifetime. We don't know. Okay? So to sit there, whether you're a Mayan, whether you think you've got it all figured out, because they thought the same thing last year, May 21st, 2011, Jesus is coming back. Well, guess what? Today is February the 3rd, 2012. Did he come back in May of 2011? I don't think so. Is he going to come back in December 21st, 2012? Maybe. But that's only a maybe. We don't know. He might come back tonight. He might come back tomorrow. Okay? So get off of this idea of, the world's going to end in 2012. We need to whatever. We need to do this, that, or the other. Get off of that. Live your life right now. God has granted you life for today. Live your life for today. Plan for the future, because you don't know how long you're going to be here or how long you're not going to be here, but always have plans and be ready to live your daily lives for the next 10, 15, 20, 60 years even. Plan to live your entire lifetime, folks. When you either die or when Jesus does come back, if he comes back in our lifetime and we don't die, for those of us that are fortunate enough to be alive, when he does come back, and I do stress, when he does come back, then we will be caught up with him, as it says in the Bible. That is the whole thing of the rapture. The word rapture isn't even found in the Bible. The words caught up to meet him in the sky is. Alright? Paul talks about it in 1 Corinthians. Okay? So, this is, 2012 is the New Year's revolution. And what is this revolution? I've talked about this many times already. This revolution is going to be a revolution of people that the rest of the world, the traditional church, and the world in and of itself would put down, scorn, laugh at. They would look at us and say, "Who are you? You are a bunch of nobodies. You're a bunch of metalheads, a bunch of goths, a bunch of people who wear black clothing and listen to crazy music." This is our revolution. This New Year's revolution, the new revolution that I'm talking about, is for us metalheads. The people who love Jesus Christ, who love Jesus metal, who love goth, who love to wear black clothing and have tattoos. And for those of you who have body piercings, so be that. I'm just not a body piercing person for myself, but hey, I like it on other people. So, this is our revolution, folks. We are the ones that have been laughed at and scorned, put down, and outcasted all of our lives. We are the least of the least as far as the world is concerned. Alright, the status quo, the religious status quo, people with high educations, big jobs, big titles, lots of money, they look at us like we're nobodies. This new revolution is going to be us nobodies raising up, uniting in faith and in the power of Jesus Christ, and raising up to create change, a new reformation change in this world. And I stress that it is the second Protestant Reformation, because it is going to be Protestants. Hopefully, if a person is a Catholic person, excluding the Catholic Church, but Catholic people, I love all people, folks. I love all people. I cannot stress that enough. I love all people. Okay? My views on the Catholic Church is for the church, not the people. Okay? So, if anybody has out there mistakenly took something I've said wrongly, understand that. Okay? I love people. Alright? But, come and join us. Come and join us. I beg you and I plead with you. Come and join us. This is going to be a new second. There was already one Protestant Reformation that was started by Martin Luther. This is going to be the second Protestant Reformation. And why do we need Reformation? We need Reformation because the traditional church has done too much bad in the name of good for too long. The traditional church has put down, scorned, pointed their fingers of judgment for too long. Everything needs reform, folks. Not only that, but doctrines. The way we view the world, the way we view the Bible, the doctrines, people, doctrines of the Bible. If you read the Bible for what the Bible says, and not what man says that the Bible says, then we'll find out what the Bible really says. We'll find out what thus saith the Lord really says. Excuse me a second. Alright? So this is why everything needs reform. transformed. Everything needs to be put under God's microscope and examined. The good needs to be kept, and the bad needs to be gotten rid of. Change cannot happen unless we unite together and create change. Alright? Change has happened in my life. I plan on sharing that life and sharing that change with me. And I would hope and pray that many of you, perhaps thousands, perhaps even millions of you, would accept that change and accept change for their own selves. And let's bring about the second Protestant Reformation. Okay? I've babbled for 10 minutes already, and I haven't even got into the first subject of what I really want to talk about. Okay. Real quick, since it's already after 10 minutes into this video. Now, my future church is going to be called Rock Force Church. Alright? It is going to be a church where heavy metal music, and I mean extreme heavy metal music, is going to be played for the praise and for the worship. That means as heavy as death metal heavy, black metal heavy. So, the church will be open. I mean, anybody can come to Rock Force Church. But I'm just throwing this out there. This is going out to all public. Okay? All my videos and all my Facebook and MySpace, everything is all public. I want everybody to know who I am and what I'm all about. What Rock Force Church is all about. Alright? It's going to be a heavy metal church. We're going to have heavy metal music for praise and worship. If you do not like heavy metal, then it may not be the church for you. Plain and simple. It's going to be for metalheads and goths and such and so on and so forth. Okay. With that being said, the type of crowd that Rock Force Church is going to cater to will be people that are into the heavy metal rock and roll scene. People that are into heavy metal of all forms, and I'm into a lot of forms of heavy metal. I'm not particularly a big fan of the cores, like the hardcore, metalcore, some metalcore, some, very little. But we'll still, it being in that kind of a genre of music, somewhat, we're still going to cater to that somewhat. But we're also going to cater to goths, big time goths. I consider myself to be mostly metal, but part goth. I love to wear all black. There's going to be times when I'm preaching, I'm going to do my whole face. There's going to be the whole face painting, white with black on my face. I'm going to paint my fingernails black. I'm going to wear my cape that you saw in the third video of my promotion of my book. That's a black cape with a purple lining. I'm going to do some extreme stuff with it. I'm going to do a lot of experimental stuff with it, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So for any of you who are able to come, or even just be a part of Rock Force Church, whether it be online, if you live all over in different areas of the world, or if you're able to come and actually come to the church, it's going to be a lot of fun, people. It's going to be a lot of fun. Everybody's going to be wearing, it's going to be the heavy metal crowd. Everybody's going to be wearing band t-shirts, jeans, tattoos, body piercings, blue hair, green hair, whatever color hair you want your hair to be. We're going to cater to goths. We're even going to cater to what I classify as vampire society type people, okay? Now, I'm a big, huge fan of vampire movies. Even as a pastor, and yes, I say even as a pastor, I love vampire movies. I'm not much on some of the dramas on TV, the Vampire Diaries, and I'm not much into TV or dramas and stuff like that. Movies, I love movies. Alright? So, there is a group, it's not a Christian group, but some of you from the First Church of the Living Dead, which is an all-goth church in Illinois, pastored by Tiavi Rudeau, are familiar with and have talked about this group called VampireFreaks.com. VampireFreaks.com is not specifically a Christian website. I've checked it out, but there are probably Christians that are involved into that. And that's fine. We're going to cater to you guys too, all right? The main thing is I don't want anybody to come to my church and feel like they're being put down because of the way they dress or the way they look or because they're goth or because they're like vampires or because they listen to metal or because they listen to hardcore. None of that's going to exist in my church, okay? I am going to be the senior pastor of Rock Forest Church. And more about that later. I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to do some more videos. But with this particular video, and I promised my good friend Jess Compton that I was going to bring him up in this. So with the closing of this video, because I'm already 16 minutes into this video, I want to, at this time, bring my good friend Jess Compton up into the picture, okay? I met Jess back in 2006. Jess is a great guy. He's in his, I think he's 25 or 26 years old now. He's a wonderful guy, right? He has a heart and a passion to reach the youth. He will be my main youth pastor. Now, as the church grows, we're going to need more and more pastors and more youth workers. And it'll be more specialized in the age groups as the church grows. But Jess Compton is going to be my main go-to man that's going to basically be the head over all of that. When that time comes. He'll just start out mostly with like teenagers, junior high and high school kids. But I think that's mainly where his passion lies. He might stay with that age group. Once we grow and we get other people involved to do more with other age groups of youth. All right? Jess Compton is a great guy. He's going to be wonderful. He's going to fit perfect for that because he has a heart and a passion for that. In closing with this video, I want to read a couple scriptures. One of the things that I do want to stress in my ministry and for Rock Forest Church, for my ministry as a whole, is the fact that enduring unto the end. And you know what? I think I'm going to just create another video because I want to do I want to read some scriptures and cover probably a lot more than, it'd be about 5 to 10 extra minutes, and I don't want to make this video that long. So, I will reserve that for another video. It is 18 minutes now into this video. I do want to say this. I love y'all, and thank y'all very much for being my friends on Facebook, being my friends on MySpace. I've got MySpace, Facebook, Reverb Nation, Yahoo. I've got lots of friends, lots of contacts. I'm into the lives of a lot of people already. I've got a lot of people that personally text me, call me, email me, message me, and it's great, and I love it. As a pastor, I'm just a people person anyway. I don't have time to cater to everybody individually, and I don't know how the future is going to hold for that. Right now, I do still have a job. I'm a working pastor, and I work 40 hours a week. Like I said in the last video, once I get to a point where my book starts to sell enough, and I can create book sales and create an income that I can pay my bills and live life on that income outside of having a job, a 40-hour-a-week job, then my goal is to one day stop working a job and just work my ministry as a full-time minister and pastor. All right? That's my goal. When that day will come, there again, that is up to God. It's all in God's timing. I love the job that I've got now. I do very hard work. I'm very well respected. I like that my job. And there again, if God wills it, that's the job I'm going to stay with until the day that I can leave the workforce and do full-time ministry. So with that, I say I love y'all. Thank y'all. God bless, and have a wonderful day. Until I can make another video, here you go.